ponihi kina kau ke ka he avana au I ka ala a papa la I ana I luna o ke kukulu o ka lanila o ka ui e huli alo nei I ka ulu e ai ua e ye Ho mai la kou malama lama I ka honua nei I ka mauli ola ua o Hawaii I ke oli no nei mai kapi ina ka velo na kala Ka hiko ia ika I ke mano mano, ka rike koli umai o ki kilo mai, o ka uno ia o ka pulama, a pa maka I puoka I ke ai, ua ye.
चढ़दी कला विच रहंदे बोले सोने हाल सहज श्री अकाल बोले सोने हाल सहज श्री अकाल ओ नानक नाम चढ़दी कला तेरे भाने सर्वता भला चढ़दी कला विच रहंदे चढ़दी कला विच रहंदे बोले सोने हाल सत श्री अकाल बोले सोने हाल सत श्री अकाल ओ नानक नाम चढ़दी कला तेरे भाने सर्वता भला नानक नाम चढ़दी कला तेरे भाने सर्वता भला चढ़दी कला विच रहंदे चढ़दी कला विच रहंदे चढ़दी कला विच रहंदे
Thank you very much. As president of the George Washington University, I'm delighted to welcome you all to our campus for the White House Forum on Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders. Of course, this is an opportune time for such a meaningful event, given the federal recognition of this important month. I am proud of our university's ability in the heart of the nation's capital to serve as a location for today's events. But more importantly, I am proud that members of our own university community are actively participating in discussions, highlighting contributions, and advancing many efforts that enhance equity, justice, and empowerment among Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander communities. I understand that many of you have had opportunities throughout the day to participate in conversations that focus on these efforts, and I trust you will leave having made considerable progress and having identified the areas in which we need to make more progress. As a comprehensive research university, the George Washington University is committed to creating new knowledge and having a positive impact. I hope that today's forum will provide you with more resources and knowledge to have this positive impact on communities, locally, nationally, and internationally. This is an especially critical as we celebrate this month, reflect on history's contributions and traditions, and find ways to lift one another up. Thank you all again to you for your commitment for this important work. Welcome to the George Washington University. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sethuraman Panchanathan, and I'm the director of the U.S. National Science Foundation. It's an honor to join you in recognizing, honoring, and celebrating Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. I'm very sorry that I'm unable to join you in person, but I'm glad that I could contribute this video as part of today's event. I would first like to take a moment to thank our partners at the White House and the White House Initiative on Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders, and everyone involved for making today's forum a reality. I also want to thank the Biden-Harris administration for continuing to prioritize accessibility, inclusion, and opportunity for people from all backgrounds and communities. As an Asian American who has truly benefited from the amazing opportunities available in this great nation, this is very personal and very important to me. America is known as the land of opportunity, founded on the belief that no matter who you are or where you are from, if you work hard and have the right opportunities, you can achieve amazing things. And I can tell you that this is truer today than ever. But I can also tell you that these opportunities do not just exist on their own. Real opportunity exists when we act collectively with intention and purpose. Today, there are millions of talented individuals who want to participate in STEM, who want to solve real problems, and who want to help strengthen their communities through discovery and innovation. But they lack the opportunity to do so. We simply cannot leave them behind. Every day, Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders make important contributions to our nation's STEM communities and the overall growth of our country. I'm honored to join you today in celebrating these achievements and recommitting ourselves to ensuring that these opportunities are available everywhere and for everyone. Only through diversity, accessibility, and inclusion can we unleash the full potential of all Americans throughout the United States and build a better, brighter future for all. Thank you.
It's now time for us to roll out the red carpet for two of our nation's realists. Let's welcome to the stage the co-chairs of the White House Initiative on Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders. Let's just say that these two have the hardest jobs in the country. One was getting us out of this pandemic, and the other is leading international trade negotiations in this ever-increasingly complex global economy. I've never said those words in my goddamn life. Anyhow, please give a warm welcome to Health and Human Services Secretary Javier Becerra, and then we'll hear from the United States Trade Representative, Ambassador Catherine Tai.
Wow. Word on the street is the AA and NHPI community has taken over Washington, D.C. today, so it is AA and NHPI Heritage Month, so of course, right? You might not start the month the right way. So congratulations on all who are visiting. Thank you for being part of this forum. Thank you for caring enough to make sure that your voice is heard, and thank you for making sure we do this together. I am thrilled to be here as one of the co-chairs of the President's Initiative to address those concerns, those issues, those challenges most important to the AA and NHPI community. I am thrilled that I get to do this work as a co-chair along with Ambassador Catherine Tai, our U.S. Trade Representative, who has been not only a stellar co-chair and a great participant in this commission that leads this effort, but with these valuable commissioners who come in and meet periodically, we are able to set an agenda. And I think it's important to note that the work that this commission is doing on behalf of everyone in America, but certainly folks in the AA and NHPI community, is to make sure that the voice is heard. And I want to make sure that you're aware that coming soon, you will be learning far more about the work of this commission, because we recently released a report that documents, for the first time, a national strategy to advance equity, justice, and opportunity for the AA and NHPI communities. And it is something that included the participation of every single cabinet member in this administration and over 20 federal agencies that participated to make it clear that when it comes to the agenda of equity, when it comes to making sure we advance justice, we make the right investments in the AA and NHPI community, and that we know the priorities of this community, including things like disaggregating data, assuring language access, and combating anti-Asian hate crime, that we are there and we have a record of it. So to the Vice President, who I know you're going to be fortunate to have with you soon, who has been a champion on behalf of the greater communities that are out there that strive for justice, on behalf of all who have been working in this administration in a whole-of-government approach, and to each and every one of you who have participated, who have contributed, and who have come to Washington, D.C. We want to say thank you for understanding that we will together make a difference. And so it is with great pride and it is with great honor that I mention that today begins a journey that all of us can participate in to make a difference. And I am thrilled now to be able to introduce to you the co-chair of the President's Commission that addresses those challenges that we face in the AA and NHPI community. Our co-chair, our U.S. Trade Ambassador, Ambassador Catherine Tai.
Let's bring that down to my height. Thank you so much, Javier. It is a real honor to be working with Secretary Becerra as co-chair of the White House Initiative. I am so blessed and benefit from his wisdom as well as his very large agency's resources. Hello, everyone. It's wonderful to see all of you here. I was just told how many of you are here with us and how many more are out streaming us. This really feels good to be together where we can talk about our community while being with our community. I'm told that this is the largest in-person gathering of AA and NHPIs under this administration, and I'm so proud and grateful to stand here with all of you. I'd like to echo the thanks to the incomparable Crystal Ka'ai and the entire WHIAANHPI team. They're really superstars. Also, the White House Office of Public Engagement, and, of course, my dear friend, Erica Moritsugu. You have all done an incredible job putting this together. Your dedication to our communities is inspiring, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Today is the one-year anniversary of Secretary Norman Minetta's passing. Norm was the first for so many things. He was the first Asian American to serve in a presidential cabinet, first co-chair of the White House Initiative when it was created more than 20 years ago. But Secretary Mineta didn't settle for just being the first. Throughout his career, he was a constant force to pursue justice and dedicated his life toward all of us taking steps forward together. And that's because Norman understood the power of our collective stories. We are, just look around you, we are a community of communities representing different walks of life, backgrounds, upbringings. We are strong because we are different from each other. And today, we celebrate who we are and the tomorrow that we can write together. Bigotry and violence have threatened to rattle our communities for generations, actually. But those headwinds have never kept us down. Time and again, we have stood up, we have marched forward, arm in arm. And the Biden-Harris administration has your back, because we are in this together. From day one, our administration has worked to empower our communities, to make government work better for you, to fight for economic justice, to pursue inclusive prosperity. In January, I was in Philadelphia to kick off the WHIAANHPI Economic Summit Series. Being in Philadelphia for that launch was important to me because our work isn't done in a vacuum or just here in Washington. And later this week, I will be in Los Angeles and Monterey Park to meet with Congresswoman Judy Chu and local AA and NHPI leaders. I'm also looking forward to speaking at the University of Southern California to highlight the strength and resilience that our communities have demonstrated over generations. We are out there gathering face to face where you live, work, and raise your families. And as I travel around the world representing our country, your stories remind me of what I'm fighting for: our collective well-being, our collective liberty, our collective visibility. Your voices help drive our agenda at the Office of the U.S. Trade Representative, and we are putting you front and center in our trade policy. We are looking at how trade has affected AA and NHPI communities and focusing on addressing disparities. To lift up our workers, champion our businesses, and craft a freer and fairer tomorrow for all of us. I know many in our communities have felt cast aside or have been treated like we are invisible, but I am here to tell you, our administration sees you. We hear you, and we are standing with you. Our journey won't be completed overnight, but each one of us holds the power and potential to perfect this union. So today, let us write the next chapter of our beautiful story together for all to see, one of hope, perseverance, and strength. Let us be visible together. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the remainder of this summit.
All right. Next up, it's my honor to introduce three people I have the privilege and joy of working with and whose leadership I get to see on a daily basis. Let's give a very warm welcome to White House Initiative on AA and NHPI's Executive Director, Crystal Kai, Deputy Assistant to the President. Oh, we'll take it. Let's do it. Yep. Deputy Assistant to the President and AA and NHPI Senior Liaison, Erica Moritsugu. And my boss, Stephen Benjamin, Director of the White House Office of Public Engagement.
Thanks, Phil. Aloha, everyone, and happy Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. It is an honor to welcome you to this very special forum to celebrate our community's diverse cultures, histories, and contributions to our nation. As you heard from our White House Initiative co-chairs, Secretary Becerra and Ambassador Tai, who are just such tremendous champions for this administration, it has been a priority of the Biden-Harris administration to advance equity, justice, and opportunity for all Americans, including AA and NHPI communities. Among the administration's top priorities have been efforts to address anti-Asian hate, promote greater data disaggregation and language access, and ensure an equitable COVID-19 recovery. At the start of this year, we launched the first ever national strategy to advance equity, justice, and opportunity for AA and NHPI communities across the country. And over the past 2 years, we have also done so much to ensure a whole-of-government approach to addressing barriers impacting AA and NHPI communities, and to improve our policy-making, program development, and outreach to all of you all across the country. We've also been busy traveling across the country to meet with many AA and NHPI communities through our White House economic summits and other engagements that we are hosting in different cities to connect local communities with federal resources. We are grateful to be a part of a White House that works so hard to empower AA and NHPI communities and to deliver on the promises made by the President. We hope that you enjoy today's programming and will leave feeling inspired and more visible together. Next, I have the honor of introducing a friend and colleague, Erica Moritsugu, who serves as the Deputy Assistant to the President and our nation's first ever White House AA and NHPI Senior Liaison.
Mahalo, Crystal, and aloha, y'all. As Director Ka'ai had mentioned, over the past 2 years, from my hometown to Honolulu to Cody, Wyoming, Atlanta, Phoenix and Mesa, Arizona, and everywhere in between, we've been meeting with our community members and have learned about the needs of the local communities and witnessed the impacts of the President's agenda for families in those communities, as well as the tremendous strength and resilience of our communities. Indeed, thanks to President Biden, we've become more visible together than ever before. We have the most diverse government in U.S. history, with an unprecedented AA and NHPI representation in our government, including our very own Vice President Kamala Harris, who's the first South Asian American to serve in the second highest office in the nation, and Crystal, who's the first Native Hawaiian to serve in her role. Currently, 14% of our appointees and nominees identify as Asian American and Native Hawaiian and Pacific Islander, double the share of our national population. And from historic Oscar-winning performances, you might have heard about this in the film, to achievements across business, culture, sports, and civil rights, AA and NHPIs shape and strengthen the fabric of this nation. We are more visible than ever before. And our President is working to help our community rise above our trauma from the racism and violence that spiked during the pandemic, thanks to the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act with Senator Mazie Hirono, who's joining us shortly, sponsored in the Senate, along with Grace Meng in the House. The Department of Justice has designated its first anti-hate resources coordinator, as well as its first ever full-time language access coordinator. In the immediate aftermath of the tragedy that shocked the local community and the entire nation this year, our Vice President went to Monterey Park, California to grieve with the community that's been shaken by the shooting murders in their city. And then President Biden traveled there to visit with them again in March, where he announced further executive actions to reduce gun violence in our country. So now, both the President and Vice President have met with the families of the victims and demonstrated with their words and their actions and their presence how much they sincerely care for our community and how much they hope they have for our future. We believe that together we will be stronger and more visible as a community and as a country. Now, it's my humble honor to turn to Mayor Stephen Benjamin, Assistant to the President and Senior Advisor to the President and Director of the Office of Public Engagement. He's charged with ensuring that our engagement with all y'all reflects the beauty and diversity of our communities and the historic and unprecedented ways that this administration has seen and uplifted our Asian American and Native Hawaiian and Pacific Islander individuals, families, and communities. So now I'll turn it over to the Mayor.
I want to thank my friend Erica. If I could say what I said to her the very first time we saw each other since I've been on the job, we'd both be laughing right now. An amazing leader, and so thankful to call her a colleague. I hope and pray that at some point you'll pick up your cameras and look around the room behind you and see the amazing beauty that we see from up here. This wonderful gathering of leaders who continue to shape this wonderful republic in so many special ways. I want to thank you all for being here. I'm proud to join you in celebrating the rich heritage and contributions of the AA and NHPI community and share that the Biden-Harris administration has been delivering on the President's promise and improving the lives of everyone in this country, including the AA and NHPI community. The economy is strong with wages going up and prices going down. The President's budget details a roadmap to build on the historic progress of the last 2 years and to finish the job over the next 2 years. It will lower costs for AA and NHPI families, including health insurance, childcare, prescription drugs, housing, college, energy, and more. This administration has made once-in-a-generation investments to support our AA and NHPI communities, providing direct relief, strengthen mental health, expand economic opportunity through the American Rescue Plan, the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, the Inflation Reduction Act, and many other initiatives. But the work is not yet finished. As the President said during the State of the Union, we're doing everything we can to finish the job, this historic effort. We don't do this alone, but through coalitions and allyship, inside and outside the AA and NHPI community, within and outside the federal government, and with each and every one of you. Give yourselves a round of applause. That's why today's forum and gathering of community learning and coalition building is so timely and crucial. Thank you for all that you do with this partnership and with this administration to make sure we all remain visible together. It's now my distinct honor to introduce one of the greatest champions in Congress. She told me to keep it brief, so I'm going to follow orders. I used to believe the two most powerful words in the English language were thank you. My wife has taught me that they're yes, ma'am. So I just say yes, ma'am. But Senator Mazie Hirono is one of the greatest champions this country knows and has known. She has worked hard to ensure the visibility of the AA and NHPI community, a tireless advocate, including sponsoring the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act and resolutions to honor May as AA and NHPI Heritage Month. So it's my privilege and pleasure to introduce Senator Hirono. Thank you.
Aloha, everybody. You've heard from both Erica and Crystal, and the three of us are from Hawaii, so we always start by saying aloha because that means love. And I think that is a really good way to start any kind of presentation. And thank you, Mayor Benjamin. Don't you like a man who follows directions? Yeah. Okay. And I know that my young friend Mina Fedor is out there. I can't see any of you, but I know she's out there because she was one of the presenters earlier. Do I hear you, Mina? Yay. Okay, she's one of the young people she's in high school now in California, and she is an advocate for young people. And in fact, one of the reasons that she became an advocate was when she saw all the hate crimes directed against Asian Americans. So it's good to see you, Mina. I know you're out there. So obviously, I'm really happy to be here with you as we begin to celebrate Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. This month is an opportunity to celebrate the many contributions that our communities and the critical roles that we've played in the life of our country. From trailblazers like Patsy Mink, who was my friend, the mother of Title IX, and Anna Mae Wong, to our own Vice President Harris, with whom I served on the Senate Judiciary Committee. Members of our community have long been leaders in government, science, business, the arts, and more. But while we celebrate our community this month, it's also a reminder of how much work remains to advance equity for not just our community, but for all Americans. The AA and NHPI community has long been the target of racism and discrimination in our country. Among our challenges remaining, we are still combating anti-Asian violence, suffering from health disparities, and experiencing sex trafficking and violence at alarming rates. As we work together to overcome and address these challenges, I appreciate events like this, when we can come together to share our experiences, reflect on our history, pay attention to our communities, and discuss our future. The AA and NHPI community is the fastest growing demographic group in the United States. In the past 20 years alone, the number of Asian Americans in the U.S. has nearly doubled. But as you all know, we are not a monolithic community. Our communities come from dozens of countries and speak countless, hundreds of languages. This diversity makes our community and our country stronger. Representation matters, and as our community continues to grow, it is essential we advance policies that center the experiences and needs of the AA and NHPI community. I have appreciated the partnership of the Biden-Harris administration as we worked to do exactly that. Together, we've passed legislation to address the alarming rise in anti-Asian hate crimes, expand support for Native Hawaiian survivors of gender-based violence, and begin the process to create a National Museum of Asian American History and Culture. This administration has also prioritized putting members of our community in leadership positions. Under President Biden, the Senate has confirmed a historic number of AAPI judges. How do I know this? I sit on the committee that has hearings on this, and it's just wonderful to see this president nominate the kind of diverse leaders to our judiciary for lifetime appointments. I cannot tell you what a change it is from the prior administration. And and as I mentioned, Kamala Harris, our wonderful vice president, sat on the Judiciary Committee. It was me and Cory Booker, and Kamala. The three of us sat together, and Kamala referred to us as the POCs of that committee, the people of color. And somebody wrote to me saying, do they make them all sit together like that? Well, it was because we were the newest members on the committee, but it was such a wonderful experience to sit on that committee, but also to see the diversity of the judges who are going to be making decisions that will impact all of our lives for decades. And right now, we are working to get Deputy Secretary of Labor Julie Su, a lifelong champion for workers, to be confirmed as our department's next secretary. I cannot tell you how important it is for Julie to be confirmed. She will be the only AAPI person as a cabinet secretary, although this administration have a lot of AAPIs within our administration, but she will be the first secretary, and we're doing everything we can to get her confirmed. So I am grateful. I am grateful for the partnership of President Biden, Vice President Harris, and so many of you who are here today as we work to uplift and support AA and NHPI communities across the country. We are all in this together, and at a time when diversity is a frightening word to some people in our country, sad to say, we are here to lift ourselves and all of the diverse communities that make up our country up. We are in this together, and of course, I look forward to continuing to work with all of you in our advocacy. Mahalo and aloha. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Oh, wow. Thank you, Senator Hirono. We are so lucky to be joined next by the amazing Hawaiian singer-songwriter, Keilana, who joins us all the way from Honolulu, Hawaii. Give a big aloha to Keilana.
Aloha, everyone. Oh, yeah. Now, I've been listening from the back, and I loved how lively everyone was. And I wanted to see, since it is such an important time for us to uplift the voices, I figured it'd be good to have all our voices uplifted today. So I know some of you weren't expecting it, but I'm going to ask you to sing these 2 lines with me, okay? So I'm going to sing it first, and all you do is repeat after me, okay? You ready? This is my song, sing. This is my song, sing. Beautiful. This is my song, sing. Your turn. This is my song, sing. This is our song. Your turn. This is our song, and I'll sing. This was a song I wrote back in 2020, and I told myself that one day, if I had the opportunity to sing this somewhere far away from home, that I would. And how great it is that I'm here in this place, honored to share and uplift the voices of the people that came before me, the voices of my colleagues, and the young voices that have yet to be heard. I'm honored to be a native Hawaiian, a Pacific Islander, and an Asian American from the Pacific, here to share my story and uplift all of ours together. Here we go. E ho mai kai ke mai luna mai e o na mea huna noe au o na mele e ho mai e ho mai e ho mai e ho mai kai ke mai luna mai e o na mea huna noe au o na mele e ho mai e ho mai e ho mai e. This is a chant that we usually start off before we ask for permission to share, to seek wisdom, and to honor our stories. This is my tune, and it goes like this. I am a masterpiece, constantly evolving. I am never changing. I don't need your validation from a short-lived conditional love. You can try to change my mind. Good luck trying. Built this foundation on my own. I started young, but now I'm grown, and there's no stopping me now. There's no stopping me now. to change the world since the age of 15. That was me. Now I'm ready to live my self-prophecy of a dream. Turn reality, you'll see, you'll see, you'll see. Oh, I used to think that love was a one-way street, till that one-way street, it got the best of me. There's no bitterness there, it is gone elsewhere, and all that's left is my heart open to the world. I'm ready to change the world with my stories and your stories in a song. And I hope you sing along, you sing along. Oh, you'll sing, yeah. This is my song, sing. 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 This is our song, and I'll sing. So close your eyes, come with me to a place you soon will see. My mind is my sacred place to define the way I see the way the world sees me. And I hope you'll sing along, you'll sing along, you'll sing along. Thank you so much. Mahalo.
Wow, can we give her another warm round of applause? Wow. Mahalo nui, Keilana. Now everyone, please join me in welcoming my former boss, Congresswoman Judy Chu, Chair of the Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus.
Hello, I'm Congressmember Judy Chu from California's 28th District and Chair of the Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus, or what we call CAPAC. I'm so thrilled to join you all for this historic forum hosted by the White House and the White House Initiative on Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders. So thank you to President Biden and our amazing White House Initiative on AA and NHPI co-chairs, HHS Secretary Javier Becerra and USTR Ambassador Catherine Tai. I also want to acknowledge all the hard work of WHIAANHPI's Executive Director and my former staffer, Crystal Kai, as well as Deputy Assistant to the President and AAPI Senior Liaison Erica Moritsugu in making this event possible. Today's forum is an exciting opportunity for Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander community members to come together, share our stories, and to celebrate each other. As the first Chinese American woman ever elected to Congress, I can tell you that events like these that encourage AA and NHPIs to break down barriers and build power together are very close to my heart. And as chair of CAPAC, being the voice for Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders in the halls of Congress has never been more critical. Just last Congress, my fellow CAPAC members and I successfully passed bills like the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act, and the bill creating a commission to study the creation of a National Museum of AAPI History and Culture. And I am immensely proud that President Biden signed both critical pieces of legislation into law. These kinds of successes in Congress don't happen by our efforts alone. They are achieved with all of you here today, our partners at the White House, driving a whole of government equity agenda, community advocates fighting tirelessly on the ground, and thought leaders in business, art, science, education, and more. You are all strengthening our nation in such a vibrant and beautiful way. So thank you again to the White House and the White House Initiative on AA and NHPIs for inviting me to join you today to celebrate this historic event, and happy Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
Now, next up, we are going to hear a beautiful poem recited by #1 New York Times bestselling author and poet, the incredible Rupi Kaur.
Okay. Can that always be the reaction I get in life? Thank you so much for whoever gasped. Okay, I'll do my poem now. This is a piece that I really love. It's a love letter to immigrants everywhere and my parents who are here today. This is Broken English. I think about the way my father pulled the family out of poverty without knowing what a vowel was. And my mother raised 4 children without being able to construct a perfect sentence in English. A discombobulated couple that landed in the new world with hopes that left the bitter taste of rejection in their mouths. They had no family. They had no friends. They were just man and wife. 2 university degrees that meant nothing. 1 mother tongue that was broken now. 1 swollen belly with a baby inside, and a father worried about jobs and rent, 'cause no matter what, this baby was coming. And they thought to themselves for a split second, was it worth it to put all of our money into the dream of a country that's swallowing us whole? And Papa looked at his woman's eyes and he saw loneliness living where the iris was. On their wedding day, she left an entire village to be his wife. And now she left an entire country to be a warrior. And when the winter came, they had nothing but the heat of their own bodies to keep the coldness out. And so, like 2 brackets, they faced one another to hold the dearest parts of them, their children, close. They turned a suitcase full of clothes into a life and regular paychecks to make sure that the children of immigrants wouldn't hate them for being the children of immigrants. They worked too hard. You can tell by their hands, their eyes were begging for sleep, but our mouths were begging to be fed, and that is the most artistic thing I've ever seen. It's poetry to these ears that have never heard what passion sounds like. And my mouth is full of likes and ums when I look at their masterpiece, because there are no words in the English language that can articulate that kind of beauty. I can't compact their existence into 26 letters and call it a description, because I tried once. But the adjectives needed to describe them don't even exist. So instead, I ended up with pages and pages full of words, followed by commas and more words and more commas, only to realize that there are some things in the world so infinite, they could never use a full stop. So how dare you mock your mother when she opens her mouth and broken English spills out? Don't be ashamed of the fact that she split through countries to be here so that you wouldn't have to cross a shoreline. Her accent is thick like honey. Hold it with your life. It's the only thing she has left of home. Don't you stomp on that richness. Instead, hang it up on the walls of museums next to Dali and Van Gogh, 'cause her life is brilliant and tragic. Kiss the side of her tender cheek. She already knows what it sounds like to have an entire nation laugh when she speaks. She is more than our punctuation and language, 'cause we might be able to paint pictures and write stories, but she made an entire world for herself. So how is that for art? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I have one more piece. Give me laugh lines and wrinkles. I want proof of the jokes we shared. Engrave the lines into my face like the roots of a tree that grow deeper with each passing year. I want sunspots as souvenirs for the beaches we laid on. I want to look like I was never afraid to let the world take me by the hand and show me what it's made of. I want to leave this place knowing I did something with my body other than trying to make it look perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Please join me in welcoming a shiro of mine, Senator Duckworth, who has an incredible bio. I call her, every time I see her, I'm like, G.I. Jane is in the house. She's an overall badass, and as an Iraq War veteran, Purple Heart recipient, and a trailblazer on Capitol Hill, representing the great state of Illinois, here she is.
Hello, everyone. Happy Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Thank you to the White House for hosting today's celebration. The American story as we know it would not exist if it were not for the strength of the AA and NHPI community. And in honoring Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, we are reminded of the contributions of the Asian immigrants who have come to our shores from faraway nations, and of the continued contributions of their children and their children's children. But as we celebrate the rich history and diversity among our community this month, we can't overlook how painful and difficult the past few years have been. Members of the AA and NHPI community have been attacked, have been shoved to the ground and pushed off of our bicycles, have been denied service, spit on, and kicked, treated as other than, as less than, simply because of the color of their skin. And unfortunately, this type of prejudice is far from new. Part of honoring the incredible journey and history of Asian Americans this month also demands that we reflect on some of the darker moments in our nation's history. Moments in which tens of thousands of people of Asian, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander ancestry were forced into relocation and incarceration because of how they looked. Moments in which our nation's choices betrayed our nation's values. But we are making progress to ensure this type of bigotry never happens again. I was honored to be there when President Biden signed into law our COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act, which is now helping address the scourge of hate crimes and violence against our community. This law says to the AA and NHPI community, we see you, we will stand with you, and we will protect you. But this is a month of celebration, so I don't just want to reflect on the pain our communities have felt. It's important that we celebrate our joys as well, to celebrate our history and all we've done to shape America into the beautiful, albeit flawed, nation that she is today, and strive for that more perfect union every single day. It's a time to honor both how far we've come and to recognize the work still left to be done to ensure that every Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander, and every other person, regardless of race, can achieve the American dream. Thank you.
I'm excited to introduce, we just got the tease, but I'm excited to introduce singer-songwriter, producer, and advocate, Milk, who will perform her song Metamorphosis and will preview an exciting new song, Closer. Milk, the floor is yours.
All right, in the fashion of life, plans change. So I'm gonna try something. So there was a song I wrote a while ago that went viral in 2017 for the Women's March. It became known as an unofficial anthem for the women's movement. And the lyrics are, "I can't keep quiet, a one-woman riot." So it's no mistake. I didn't fully quite understand how I was directly protesting to some of the stereotypes of being an Asian woman, amidst so many other things. I think outside of being, even if you're not Asian, you're not a woman, like you understand what it means to want to be heard. And so I wanna just start this a cappella. Put on your face, know your place. Shut up and smile, don't spread your legs. I could do that, but no one knows me, no one ever will. If I don't say something, if I just lie still, they may see a monster, they may run away. If I let them hear what I have to say. And I heard this in a dream and I said, I can't keep quiet, no, I can't keep quiet, no, I'm a one-woman riot, no, I can't keep quiet for anyone, oh, not anymore. And then this video went viral of me singing it with 24 other women, and then choirs all over the world, from Japan to Ghana to Hong Kong, Sweden, Germany, they sang with me. 'Cause no one knows me, no one ever will. If I don't say something, if I just lie still, they may see a monster, they may run away. But I have to do this. I can't keep quiet. No, I can't keep quiet. No, a one-woman riot. And all these choirs singing made me remember, oh, I'm not alone. Because if we speak our story, we speak our truth, the wind will carry it to all different parts of the world. I can't keep quiet, no, I can't keep quiet, no. And then some of you are wondering, oh, is she gonna make us sing along? She's at a piano and she's got this like emotional song and oh God, it's happening, it's happening. Okay, so everyone goes, I can't keep quiet, no, no, no. Let me hear you. I can't keep quiet, come on. No, 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 let me hear you. Yeah. Louder. I can't keep quiet. Hey, give yourselves a round of applause. You're using your voice in different ways, so I'm just doing the more literal interpretation of it. That's been a dream of mine, to have a room filled with advocates and Asian Americans, just like, we're here, we're doing our thing, and we can't keep quiet, and it's such an honor to be here. Thank you for singing that with me. This next song is a new song. if you want to help me out and follow me, my artist name is Milk, M-I-L-C-K. The algorithm loves it when you press that little heart or follow button. And this is a new song called Metamorphosis. I thought it'd be perfect to play it for this audience because as I was watching the AAPI hate rise during the quarantine, as all of us were watching, I was like, oh, we are in a time of metamorphosis. We are, as a generation, deciding how we want to redefine who we are. And so this song reminds me of the wings of a butterfly, and I've been telling everyone this story. If we try to assist the butterfly from its writhing and wriggling in the chrysalis, if we rip it so it can come out sooner, we actually kill the butterfly because we rob it of its chance to strengthen its wings with every struggle. And that's what I view personally in my own metamorphosis as a woman, but also as a culture, a community, as a people, we are going through that. So when we're struggling and writhing, just know that there's a whole future where our wet wings are gonna dry. So hope you enjoy this song.
All these changes feel like death, yet my heart's still pounding in my chest. I'm on the rise, I'm on the rise, I can see my breath. All these changes won't kill me. Ooh, I was born for this. Ooh, metamorphosis. Give it a little more time, a little more time. Wet wings they will dry. Ooh, I was born for this. Been through pain and growth like teenage boys. I find strength in the faith of letting go. I'm on the rise, I'm on the rise, here I go. Oh, pain and growth, you feed my soul. Ooh, I was born for this. Ooh, metamorphosis. Giving a little more time, a little more time. Wet wings they will dry. A little more time, a little more time. Meant for greater heights. Change this big feels like death, but I believe it's for the best. Cut the ties, say goodbye. I'm finally ready. Give it a little more time, a little more time. Give it a little more time, a little more time. A little more time, a little more time. Wet wings they will dry. Ooh, I was born for this.
Thank you so much.
Things we do can't be disclosed. Close. You know
the most. Things we do can't be disclosed. Pictures we can't even post when we're alone. Close. You know I love you the most. Things we do can't be disclosed. Pictures we can't even post when we're alone. I'm not going back to sleep tonight. Anytime I see you, I can't rest unless it's by your side. I won't even try to close my eyes. Anywhere I'm not with you is a place where I can't lie. Okay, okay, you must think I'm willing to play at your game, your game. But what would you say if our love wasn't on the same page? Same page. Close. You know I love you the most. Things we do can't be disclosed. Pictures we can't even post when we're alone. Close. You know I love you the most. Things we do can't be disclosed. Pictures we can't even post when we're alone. I am so grateful to be standing here representing all the little girls, my family, my parents, and last but not least, my grandparents that are Korean immigrants. All the sacrifices, the resilience that they had over the years. I'm just so honored to be standing here in front of everyone. All of you beautiful people. I am so blessed to celebrate and honor all the contributions of the Asian Americans, the Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders that make this country. Here's my next song, All Tinted.
Not halfway in, but all the way in. Because I'm going to want you to myself, and you're going to become my happy home.
Thank you. This one's a special one, just to brighten up the mood. I hope you enjoy. The music play. Summer's on the way. You know that I need more better days. So I won't make you stay. You should put your trust in me, trust in me, trust in me. I won't ever let you down, let you fall, let you drown. Even with my lies, I stay on your mind. Go ahead, take your time. Don't go switching sides. Hard to find somebody real in the summertime. And I just might put my trust in you. If we make it out the summer, you'll get all my time. So let's just ride, just me and you. All tinted in the coupe, got the stars in the roof. Tell me what you tryna do, cause I've been thinking about you. All tinted in the coupe, got the stars in the roof. Tell me what you tryna do, cause I've been thinking about you. It's just summertime. Let's just try and catch a vibe, or let's just do it. Don't overthink it. Got your hands all on my waist. Two-step while the record plays. Don't keep me waiting.
I get impatient, impatient for love. Hard to find somebody really in the summertime. And I just might put my trust in you. If we make it out this summer, you'll get all my time. So let's just ride, just me and you. All tinted in the coupe, got the stars in the roof. Tell me what you tryna do, cause I've been thinking about you. All tinted in the coupe, got the stars in the roof. Tell me what you tryna do, cause I've been thinking about you. Thank you so much. My name is Wolf Tyler. 감사합니다.
All right, everybody, let's give it up one more time for Wolf Tyler. We hope you had a great day. Please get home safely. We'll see you next time. Take care.